For the past 40 years, Mario has been on hundreds, if not thousands of adventures. Maybe not thousands, but it sure feels like it. This man has been everywhere. Outer space, the Olympics, the seventh circle of hell, and even worse, medical school. However, in all my years of playing these games, I couldn't help but wonder, where does he poop? I can't be the only one asking this question, can I? You're telling me he can travel the entire world without a single potty break? I don't believe you. No, sir. This mystery has been eating at my insides for the better part of a decade, and after years of sleepless nights, I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to get to the bottom of this, literally. So I spent these past 2 months locked inside a hotel room to figure out exactly where Mario and his friends poop in the Mushroom Kingdom. Luckily, 8 weeks, 14 credit cards, and one messy divorce later, I finally found the answers I was looking for. However, they are a bit complicated. For one, Mario and Luigi are plumbers, right? Which means they've made a career out of fixing pipe-based appliances, like toilets. Not only that, but the Mushroom Kingdom is overflowing with pipes around every corner, which, let me remind you, is how the brothers Mario got there to begin with. Now, with pipes in the Mushroom Kingdom being more common than a Starbucks drive-thru on every street, you would think there'd be better access to proper plumbing. My research, however, proved otherwise, as nearly every building in the Mushroom Kingdom fails to have any indoor plumbing whatsoever. Mario would have to travel all the way to Banjo-Kazooie's universe in order to get something done. Although Banjo is in Diddy Kong Racing, so maybe they are in the same universe. Whatever, let's talk about these places that have no indoor plumbing. Exhibit A. This house in Super Mario Land 2. Even though it would run you a solid $500K in California, it doesn't look like it would pass a home inspection, because it's only one room with a chimney. At least it has a killer skylight you can look out of while you're sweating bricks, wondering how you're going to drop the brick you've been holding for hours. I'll give this place the benefit of the doubt though, because it looks old and rather cheap. Maybe there's an outhouse not pictured here, I don't know. Perhaps we should move on to something more lavish. Like the mansion in Luigi's Mansion. Sure, it's a bit haunted, but at least it has plenty of rooms, meaning there has to be at least one bathroom somewhere, right? Right. It's on the second floor. That said, do you notice something wrong with this picture? Yeah, there's no toilet. Imagine being in this mansion, needing to use the bathroom, going through a gigantic maze to find it, only to discover that there isn't even a toilet. It's diabolical. However, there is still hope in the form of the washroom. When you go into that room, there is a toilet. This is more like a half bathroom, given that there's no shower, but hey, as long as the ghosts have a way to relieve themselves. Actually, do ghosts even need to use the bathroom? I don't know. Even then, the toilet is a ghostly apparition like the rest of the mansion that goes away at the end of the game, so it doesn't even count. Regardless of that though, this is one of the few places in the Mushroom Kingdom that even has a toilet, because a lot of buildings in this place don't have toilets for some reason. One example is the Marrymore Hotel from Super Mario RPG, where Mario can go into the bathroom and take a shower, with no toilet in sight. Granted, it could be that there is a toilet in there that we don't see because the game's camera won't go inside to respect Mario's privacy. However, let's talk about this scene in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, where Toad walks in on Mario taking a shower. Do you see any toilets in this bathroom? I sure don't. It really doesn't matter how many homes you enter in these games, because you won't find a single toilet. Bathrooms? Rarely. Toilets? Never. Why is this? Why are there so little toilets in the Mushroom Kingdom? Perhaps they are reserved only for royalty? Let's find out by going to Princess Peach's castle, and this place isn't exactly up to code. Even though there are dozens of rooms, not one of them is a place to relieve oneself after a long day of stomping on Goombas and running laps around Bob-omb Battlefield. If you're feeling dangerous, you could try going into the fountain or the moat, but that's not very practical or legal now, is it? Let's fast forward a few games and decades later to Super Mario Odyssey. Maybe the castle finally got the message and added a restroom or two. Well, not only did they not add a restroom, but the castle is even smaller now, with only the throne room inside, and it's not the throne we're looking for. Going around the world in Super Mario Odyssey offers no better results either, with even New Donk City void of any public restrooms or even porta potties. Mayor Pauline should probably resign for the terrible conditions of these streets. Thank God Nintendo hasn't invented a smell technology yet. Mario might have better luck finding bathrooms in space on Rosalina's Comet Observatory. I doubt that Lumas need toilets, but Rosalina's human, right? Apparently not, because even though this place has a bedroom, library, and kitchen, there is not a single bathroom in sight. Where is Mario supposed to go? The fountain room? Ew. Maybe it's all jettisoned into space like the astronauts do it? I mean, you can't pollute space, can you? This rabbit hole goes even further when we consider things outside of the games, like the contents of
the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
Do you see a toilet in this bathroom? No. No, you don't. What's more unsettling is that this scene in the intro isn't even in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's in Brooklyn. Do toilets just flee before the Mario Brothers? Heck, even when they visit the Plumber's Academy, they're practicing plunging, not in toilets. Luckily, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a more hopeful haven, as the brothers are called to fix a bathroom sink, and in that bathroom is a toilet. It wasn't shown in any of the trailers or previews, but you've already seen the movie, you know it's there. Unfortunately, we still didn't see any in the Mushroom Kingdom, not even in Peach's much bigger castle than in the games. You could argue that the castle is so big that there is a restroom somewhere there, we just didn't have time to see it, and that may be true, but if we go deeper, why didn't we see any restrooms in the Kingdom's town? Why weren't there any bathrooms in the Kong's huts? How did the prisoners relieve themselves when they were locked away? Needless to say, these revelations are troubling. It seems that the Mushroom Kingdom is a toiletless hellscape that not even my most terrifying nightmares could conjure. It must be torture for Mario to use Flood, a machine that sprays water when he can't even go himself. At first, I enjoyed these Mario games and wished I could be transported into this wonderfully fantastical world, but now I don't even want to picture myself in this dump, or lack thereof. This just doesn't make sense to me. There has to be a way for the denizens of the Mushroom Kingdom to empty their bowels. I did some more digging, and luckily, I found out how they're able to use the bathroom. They take a vacation. I'm not kidding. One of the few places I was able to find bathrooms in was the Hotel Delfino in Super Mario Sunshine. Here there are public restrooms in the lobby, and even private ones too I found in the hotel rooms. Sure, there aren't any doors for privacy, but in a world devoid of toilets, you take what you can get. This is further supported by the presence of toilets in Coconut Mall, as indicated by the signs. Makes you wonder if this really is one of the few places you can actually use toilets. I mean, you would want to have toilets in a place with so many cafes and food courts. While we're on the topic of Mario Kart tracks, there are restrooms in Super Bell Subway, but according to NoClip, they don't lead to anywhere except a white void. What kind of sick jokes are they playing here? Let's transition over to another hotel in the Mario universe, albeit a less desirable one, and it's not Hotel Mario. The Last Resort from Luigi's Mansion 3. Not only does it too have public restrooms with doors, but private ones in each room. Ugh, darn ghosts. Wait a minute. Poltergeists do need to use the bathroom. I knew it! Gives the term ghost wipe a whole new meaning. Though going on vacation might be the so-called easy way to use the bathroom in the Mushroom Kingdom, there is another. But it involves turning into paper. Yes, Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, and Super Paper Mario include bathrooms with toilets and toilet paper. That doesn't feel quite right to me. Anyway, in the Thousand Year Door, there's a toilet Mario uses as a warp pipe to get to another area. And in Super Paper Mario, there's a whole quest dedicated to finding toilet paper for someone who's been in a portal potty for 100 years. Let's hope Mario doesn't offer himself as a papery sacrifice. This feels like a quest that would be in a Rabbids game. Actually, speaking of that, once the Rabbids invaded Mario's world in Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, they brought with them a giant toilet, complete with rubber ducky. Given the size of this absolute porcelain unit, this might be the only toilet that the Mushroom Kingdom needs for its citizens to survive. But how could I forget Mario's gaseous rival, Wario? You can find plenty of toilets in his WarioWare series of games, with one of them even in Mega microgames called a Tortured Toilet. I wouldn't recommend using that though, you'd have better luck using the one in Potty Pursuit from Get It Together. Now that I mention it though, these toilets only appear in microgame form, meaning they were all designed by WarioWare Inc. Is Wario trying to will them into existence? He's desperate, I tell you. Maybe he can play some Super Mario Maker, which is how Andre made this toilet-themed level in 2015. And yes, Those Goombas are exactly what you think they are. I can't believe I work for this man. While I'm slightly relieved, pun intended, at the existence of toilets in the Mario universe, I still can't help but feel disgusted at how few there are. Could it be that behind this face of joy is the discomfort of not having used the bathroom for days, weeks, months, or years? Mario may dream of eating ravioli, but does he also dream of what's after? I simply can't find any joy in playing a Mario game if he's suffering while I control him for my own sick pleasure. Given that my wife wasn't speaking to me, I instead went to my friend Jake for advice on how to cope with this guilt, and he said something groundbreaking.
You know it's just a game, right?
Sure enough, he was right. Mario isn't real. He's a cluster of pixels and always has been. He has no organs. His voice isn't even his own, it's this guy's. And to top it all off, nobody else in the Mushroom Kingdom is real. They're all 2D or 3D models used to make the game worlds look more rich. They don't care about you, and they don't need to use the bathroom ever. It's all a facade. I've spent all these sleepless nights worried about where a fictional Italian plumber goes to the bathroom, and he never even existed in the real world. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go try and win my wife back. Anyway, what are your thoughts on my research? Have you found any more bathrooms in the Mario universe that I might have missed? Are there any other Mushroom Kingdom mysteries you want me to solve? Let me know in the comments.